What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're continuing our theme of onlys. Does that make sense? So we did an only land deck, we did an only enchantment deck, both of which were super fun to play. And the only enchantment deck, well, it actually performed pretty well. And today I'm happy to say that we're bringing another only deck that performed very well. This sorcery only deck, honestly, if you told me that this was just a normal deck and I sat down and didn't know what cards were in it and started playing, might take me a minute to realize that this isn't just a Sultai control deck, because it is so good at keeping your opponent down and stealing everything they have. So diving us right into it, we have 4 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst. This allows us to take out planeswalkers and creatures alike of any CMC if you're willing to pay the mana. Am I right? 2 copies of Maddening Cacophony, which, no, this is not a mill deck. Don't run away. Hold up. Wait, it's not mill. The whole reason for this is to help with your Lullmage's domination cost, right? Lullmage's is a super awesome card that allows you to take creatures for a super low cost. And, you know, if you can end up building your opponent, then sure, whatever, go for it. But I feel like 2 copies of Maddening to turn online the Lullmages or to even disrupt your foe's draws, sure, worth it. Worth it in my opinion. 4 copies of Feed the Swarm for some more removal. Also, you can target enchantments, and we know, Elspeth Conquers Death, Elspeth's Nightmare, Banishing Light. All this stuff is very oppressive and very, very prominent in the meta right now. Inscription of Ruin helps you to disrupt your opponent's hand, make them discard, acts as removal. We're not going to be returning creatures with it, as obviously we're not playing any creatures, but, you know, that can fall to the wayside. Pelakka Predation acts as a land and allows you to discard more cards from your opponent's hand and reveal their hand, which is probably the most important thing there. Bala Ged Recovery is going to allow you to return a card from your graveyard or act as a land, right? Cultivate helps you ramp up to allow you to use the Lullmages and the Covetous and the Mythoses and all this sort of big stuff. Lullmages we talked about. Inscription of Insight. This is such a fun card, and honestly, I don't find myself too often playing it without kicking it, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but whatever. So Inscription of Insight, 4 mana. You can kick it for an additional 4 mana. You will need 3 blue mana total, but as you already have Lullmages in the deck and Covetous Urge and Mythos, you're sort of already shooting for that high blue count. Anyways, you get to choose 1 if the spell is kicked. You can choose any number instead. You can return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hand, generally your opponent's, as you don't have creatures, and if you do, you don't want to bounce them. Scry 2, then draw 2, super good for you. And target player creates an XX blue illusion creature token, where X is the number of cards in their hand. Obviously, you're going to be targeting yourself for this and creating however big of a creature that is. Mythos is going to allow you to copy your opponent's lands, planeswalkers, artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. Pretty much any permanent they have you can copy, which is super good. And then, of course, you're going to use Mythos, copy their biggest, baddest permanents, whether it be Ugins, Ashioks, Dream Trawlers, whatever you may have it. And then you can use Bala Ged Recovery to return the Mythos to your hand and copy more and more stuff. Extinction Event, good board wipe. Covetous Urge, good way to not only reveal your opponent's hand, but steal something from your opponent's hand, right? And then be able to play it for yourself. And then last but not least, we have Shadow's Verdict for some more massive board wipe. This is more so aimed at those mono red, those Gruul decks, right? All those rogue decks, all those super low to the ground, beat down sort of decks that exist right now, mono white. Selesnya. There's a ton of them, really. And of course, our lands, you want to make sure that you have enough basics to support your cultivates, right? So don't go running out all of your basics just because you don't want to ever see a normal land, right? Anyways, that's going to do it for our sorcery only deck. It was a super fun one, like I said, and I actually encourage people, when you're feeling down about Magic, when you're not having so much fun, go give yourself some of these challenges, even if it's not, you know, sorcery only or land only. Maybe it's I'll only play with creatures that cost 3 CMC or less, or maybe I'll only use cards that I've never used before. Maybe I'll only do this or that. It does give a nice little spice to the game, and one that I feel like not enough people do. You know, Magic's not just about challenging your foe, it's also about challenging yourself to build better decks, build more decks, see what else is out there, and experience new fun in different ways, right? Anyways, if you're enjoying the channel, if you're enjoying the channel, if you're enjoying the content, be sure you're leaving a like down below. Be sure you're hitting that subscribe button and the bell icon that pops out afterwards. It means the world to me, and we're getting so close to 10,000. I can almost smell it. I don't know what 10,000 subscribers smells like, but pretty good, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let's hop into some sorcery only Magic and most importantly have some fun, right? Ymir? On Ymir. Maybe it's like onward, mush. Because, you know, Ymir is that frost giant, right? If I'm not mistaken. So we're going to need double blue by turn 4. But I think I want to go ahead and get down the green black so we have to cultivate and all that good stuff. Bala Ged Recovery. I mean, it's hard to turn away Bala because, you know, you either use it as a land or you use it mid-game as whatever you need. They didn't play anything here. I'm going to play down Temple. Vastwood, I mean, no. Like, we already have one. We're going to have plenty of lands, I feel like. We also, that's another thing I forgot. We may not have the basics to support this many Cultivates and Vastwoods. I'm hoping, of course, that we do, but we'll see. I'm not going to feed the Swarm on their Hushbringer quite yet. I don't feel like a need for that. So we have 5 basics still in. So we've already drawn the forest, so that's fine. We already have double black. Let's get double blue for the Mythos. Now, we won't be able to use the fight effect on the Mythos, of course, because we don't have any red mana, but that'll be okay. They get down a Heliod. Well, I'm happy that we're going to be able to steal that Heliod here soon. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. The thing with stealing Heliod is, of course, we're going to need that much devotion in order to turn it into a creature ourselves. So maybe there's something better for us to steal. I don't want to just keep ramping. If I use this, you know, I think we're just going to take the Heliod, but then we're left with that one weird mana. Vastwood's not quite there, and this is going to take another 4. Well, you know what? Actually, let's go ahead and use Vastwood. Let's ramp up a little bit more. And we'll use our Fable to grab that last basic, and that'll be 3, 7, 8 mana on the next turn, which means we'll be able to kick her down the Inscription if we want to. Bozzery, interesting. They're really building up this Hushbringer to be a monumental creature. Another Cultivate. See, this is what I mean. I don't think we have enough basics in the deck to support the amount of stuff we have. Turn it to 2 target creatures. It's unfortunate that their Heliod is not quite a creature yet. I mean, we could copy their Hushbringer and then just take it out. I don't love it, but we gotta do something, so. Hushbringer got way too big. Another Hushbringer, that's fine.
I will guard your advance.
If we're gonna use this, we shouldn't play the land first, right? That way we have more cards. Just one here. Target a player, what is this? Target player creates, that's us. That's me. Hey. Scry 2, draw 2. For 8 mana, not too shabby. We'll also get that Hushbringer out of here and then get to gain a little bit of life, attack their Bozzery. Ooh, I do want that Covetous. I don't want the land. If I'm being honest, I don't really need any land. But you're going to give me one anyway, so, you know, that's... Actually, we should play the Scry land here so we can, well, Scry. Cultivate, no thank you. Alright, so we can use Bala to get the Mythos back, in which case we can steal their Heliod, and then our Hushbringer will be able to boost itself up based off their Heliod. Or we can take their Bozzery and then boost our Hushbringer up based off their Bozzery. But these are only non-tokens, so we could never use the -2 ability. It would only ever be the +1. Covetous, we could get something interesting there. How much does Bala cost? 3 + 4, which only leaves us with 2. Which means we can't Covetous plus, what's it called, in this turn. Right. That's a little unfortunate. Alright, well, I really like the idea of this. So let's Bala Bala. Holla. Mythos. I think we have to take their Bala Ged. Because Heliod won't give our Hushbringer the ability to swing through their Hushbringer, right? Whereas, well, our Bala, their Bala, however you want to say it, will. So, take these, swing them there. Now, they either have to sacrifice the Hushbringer to the 5/5, or they block their Hushbringer into our Hushbringer, in which case, you know, we gain life, they don't lose anything. No! Okay, alright, whew. Thought they were about to take it out, but they don't, they just make it survive. That's fine. Their Hushbringer's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. We can make them mill some cards, but if I'm gonna mill them, like, I'd rather hit them hard, right? Like a big old kicker mill. Anyways, our Bala, their Bala, the copied Bala probably won't survive through next turn, given their Hushbringer is huge. But you never know. Also, they're probably going to turn online Heliod this turn. It'd be a little hard for them not to, right? Faith of the Feathers is so good. Faith's Feathers, whatever it's called. So they can't activate the activated abilities now. So they're going to smash us for 10, 11. Oh boy. No? They're going to leave the Heliod? Oh, thank goodness. Alright. Thank you, O kind, merciful Onimir. Alright, so we got some removal for the Hushbringer. That's good. Just pop that down. Bye-bye, Heliod. Am I right? And, yeah, Covetous. What you got in your hand, brah? A Heliod. Hey, we could use that. Oh, no, they're going to concede. Only Sorcery's picking up its first victory. This hand's a little hard to decide if I want to keep because, like, the 4 mana spells we have here are really good. Covetous Urge, really good. Vastwood allows us to ramp. Mythos, really good. But we only have 3 lands in hand. But we do have a temple and we go second. Alright, well, I think I just talked myself into it. I really gotta... maybe I should play the points of not doing something first and then play the points of doing it. Or vice versa, right? Because every time I do it in the reverse, I get this outcome. Alright, so it's not going to kick online Vastwood, but it will kick online the Mythos and the Covetous Urge. So we'll keep the castle. And of course, since we have the swamp, we can allow it to come down untapped, which is always nice. Still no plays for right now, but I'm sure the opponent seeing Dimir, they're like shaking in their boots. They're like, please don't be playing rogues, you son of a bitch. Or not, you can rest easy. Spasmatic, I like that name. Spasmatic. We're just going to use this little 3 mana destruction, right? We could make him discard 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nah. Let's just take out your creature. I'll attack your hand at a later date. I guess, of course, we could have left the creature, attack the hand, and then use Mythos to copy their creature. Draws us a card, also gives us a creature on the board, but it does cost us our Mythos. And you know, how valuable do you think Mythos is? Is it worth a Cloudkin, or is it worth more? I guess that's what we're here to find out. So drawing all these basics, obviously not too great for us, but since I played that, it means we do need to play the Vastwood now. And I'm okay with this, of course. Let's get down some more blue and a little bit more green. And this way, of course, we can use our Covetous and our Mythos freely. I guess we should have used Covetous there. They're really not playing anything too big and spicy, but it makes me feel like they have counter magic, which is like the worst. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will put us at 7. Wow, all these 4 mana spells is really awkward. Really kind of sort of just a little bit awkward, huh? Alright, well, let's get down some more blue mana. We like blue mana, yeah? I want to go for Covetous Urge so bad. These enter tap, don't they? Run the battlefield tap, they do. Alright, show me what you got. It's gonna be counter magic. I just know it in my gut. Like, no one that plays... Oh, no, it's not. My, what a nice surprise. You're playing some funky stuff here, Spasmatic. I'm gonna take that Dream Trawler because that's extra spice. And of course we have 2 Mythos in hands to copy those Dream Trawlers. Winged Words, more card draw for the foe. They're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, which means next turn, you can bet your sweet ass, they're getting down probably that Wind Reader Sphinx. Oh, and then we have Lullmages to take it. I'm so evil. They can't, oh, they can brazen it. They're waiting to brazen my Dream Trawler that I stole from them, so we need to sort of outlast that. I can't just keep taking it on the face. Of course, they don't have too much coming at my face right now. You know what? Let's just ramp. Can we ramp? Ooh, but those +1/+1 counters could be really good. Can I take anything of theirs? No, because again, they just brazen it if I take it. Oh, this is so difficult. As much as it's going to pain me to do it, I got to pass it back to them. What would I prefer for them to take? Now, I can get down Dream Trawler and start discarding cards in order to protect it from the brazen. I guess I didn't think about that. Y'all know me. I make these thoughts later rather than sooner. It's okay. Play something. What? You have all that cool stuff in hand? Maybe they think that I have counter magic and they're like, you're not getting me, sonny. Joke's on you. I'm getting myself. So I think we should commit a few Mythos to get rid of their brazen. Right? Does that seem fair? Or do we just go for the Trawler and allow it to protect itself? Maybe we just go Trawler and protect itself. Two, 5, 7. Not quite lethal. Goodbye, Vastwood. I guess we should have discarded the Cultivate, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we still have basics in our... Okay. Like I won't discard 2 cards. Yeah, right. Discard 2 cards, get rid of 2 fairies. Heck yeah. Now they're going to play their own Dream Trawler, and they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves. And they should be, because they're about to take me down to 2 life, have a whole board state. What they don't know is I'm about to Trawler it up. I'm going to have Trawlers all over the building. Can you smell what the Trawler is cooking? Doesn't work as well as what I thought it would, but it's okay. So, how many cards? You only have 4. This costs 6, so this would cost us 9 in total, right? How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, look at that. The odds are in our favor. I would rather take your Trawler. What? Oh, right. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not paying 9, I'm paying 6. You silly goose, Chance. Thanks for the Trawler, Spaz. Or are they going to discard? Oh, they're going to discard. I didn't even think about that. So we should have just used Mythos, huh? Because now we're going to lose. Motherfucker. Or are we? Trawler deals how much damage? Just 2? No, yeah, I think we're going to lose. No, it deals 3. So we're going to be back to 5 life? 5 life. No, fuck, I did lose it. We should have just used the Mythos. I'm sorry, everybody. I forget that their Trawler has the same ability that our Trawler does, so I actually lost that one for us by not using the Mythos. Because we could have... No, we only could have single Mythos there. Still would have kept us alive, though, right? Because it would have been 5 damage here, put us to 7, 3 damage on the other Trawler, potentially. Oh, I'm so sorry. Alright, that's GG. Oh, that could have been a victory. This is a little awkward, but I'm also going to keep it because the Maddening just turns online the Lullmages, like, almost immediately. We need some more blue mana. Bala's not that blue mana. As much as I love Bala, you gotta bottom it. Is this classic Yorion? It is classic 80 card Yorion. Yoryansky. Do I go for the Rush Lullmage's play? Yes. It's not even a question. Mill it up. What you got over here? Any cool stuff? Crawling Barrens, Eliminate. 2 Sublime Epiphanies and a Yugen. My God, Francisco. Chill. This is play Q, bro. That stuff is way too hyphy. What are you doing? Coming in with some nukes, ain't ya? Coming in with some loaded weapons. I mean, if they're going to be playing Ugins, I think I want as many Mythos as I can possibly get my teeny tiny little fingers on, right? You know, it's my favorite. This is my favorite thing in the world. Calling something tiny that is obviously not that tiny, like my fingers, they're obviously not that tiny. They're as proportionate as, you know, fingers are. Or calling things extremely large that are obviously not extremely large. Like my fiance, she's extremely tiny. So whenever I call her a whale, it's we both know it's extremely joking, right? Now, obviously, I don't want people to think that I walk around calling my fiance a whale all the time because that's extremely disrespectful. But you know, lighthearted playing is one of the advantages of being with someone for a long time. You can't call a girl you just met a whale and her laugh at it. Is all I'm saying, okay? They'll just get angry. So we need some more blue mana, back to the topic at hand, for the Lullmages, right? We have green mana. Is it enough? I want to say yes, but we also have enough black and blue minus the 3 that we're going to need, right? Of course, if we... No, I'm going green. Let's go green. Let's save the planet. Why not? I just don't want to have a situation where I'm like, man, I wish I could have ballad and then got, you know, X card to use. I'm just a worrywart, really. That's what it all comes down to. So the first thing that we see of interest that we can actually copy or whatever is a Solemn? Are you kidding me, man? Come on. I've seen more interesting things in my sleep, and I don't even dream. So we could take Solemn. Or we could copy Solemn. Take Solemn, copy Solemn. I think we take Solemn. I think we have to pay 1, correct? What? Oh, you still have to select 4, right. And then it reduces its cost. It goes back. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Y'all know me. I can't remember all the mechanics of these cards, but thankfully Magic, it does let you know when you've done something wrong. I guess that's probably the nicest thing about playing paper Magic is like, you're just playing with a human being. You know, if there's error, you might not even realize it. You could be playing Magic wrong for 15 years, hop onto Arena, and then be like, oh, I've been playing that card wrong this entire time. Now, obviously, 15 years, that's a little bit much. Really? You want to... All that for a Solemn. Like, 5 mana, minus 3 on Ashiok. Bounce Solemn back to your hand. It just seems like a little much, doesn't it? Like you're trying too hard. I'm going to take your Ashiok because I like the idea of that. Now, are we going to bounce their Ashiok and make them discard another card or exile another card? No, I think we create another... Because they can't bounce our stuff, right? Do we use Bala to get the Mythos back, or do we use Bala to get the Lullmages? I think that's a pretty easy answer, actually. It's not even... Give me the Mythos. I'm going to be playing your stuff all game, Francisco, so I hope you like your deck. It's a little cruel, but I mean, come on. We're playing against this Sultai demon of a deck. Sultai Control. It's more so like Dimir Splash Green, because I actually haven't seen any green cards outside of the Triome, and that honestly may just be for the cycling, but still. Solemn's coming back down. They're doing some good stuff. It's so good, in fact, I think I may just want to take it. Are you okay if I take your stuff? Or should we use the Inscription? Oh, we don't have enough blue mana yet, though. So if I use a Mythos, I can use a Cultivate and maybe get us there with the blue mana, right? So if I use Mythos, copy their Elspeth's Nightmare, we can take out their 2/3, and then they don't get to exile my cards. That's pretty good. I think that's what we're going to do. Now they can look into my hand next turn and potentially take our Inscription of Insight, of course. We're just kind of hoping that they don't. They either get access to the Inscription or to the Mythos, and quite frankly, I think they're going to be tired of seeing those Mythoses, Mythi. So I think they're going to take the Mythos. They're gonna be like, oh, I can get rid of it finally. See? See? I know my opponents. Now they can minus out their Ashiok to make sure my Ashiok doesn't get to minus out. What is this? What is? Oh, I don't really want to look. Okay. You may cast up to 3 spells from among face-up cards your opponents own from exile without paying their mana cost. So that's just clean to dust. Well, that's not good enough. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible for us. So their Ashiok gets to re-enter. Their Elspeth's Nightmare will take out our 2/3. Oh, they bounced the Solemn, though. Okay, well, that's a little bit better for us, right? But they can still minus their Ashiok, bounce my copied Ashiok. But they don't. Oh, baby. Extinction Event, Eliminate. Probably the Eliminator to the Hagra, but Extinction Event's so good, too, because they can just hit even, right? And keep their Yorion. Yeah, we got to take the Extinction. Okay, so Shadow's Verdict will only hit their Nightmare. This only allows us to cast their Cling to Dust, so that's not really that great, right? We could bounce their Yorion, make them exile something. I like the idea of using Inscription. We can't bounce their Yorion though, right? That's just mad. We just give them another proc of Elspeth's Nightmare. Although if we do, well, they're definitely going to take our Shadow's Verdict with that. It also allows them to re-proc Ashiok, whereas this is just 4 mana, hit another basic. Alright. We gotta leave the Yorion alone, I think. Bloodchief's pretty good. Vastwood, not so much. We don't want to use this now. This down. Don't want to play that. And I don't want to play that. So I think that's it. I think we're ending on that note. Now, they may not take Shadow's Verdict here. They may take Pelakka's Predation because it allows us to look into their hand and take something, right? They are going to take Shadow's Verdict. That's actually kind of strange. Knowing that you have a Solemn, knowing that you have a Yorion, why do you worry about a Shadow's Verdict, right? Anyhoosers, that Yorion is definitely going to be headed for my Ashiok, as, you know, once my Ashiok gets going, it's going to be able to cast some of their exiled spells, and I'm sure they don't want that, so fully expecting an all-out attack. Taking out my 2/3. They're not even going to let me exile their stuff. Francisco, you're not playing too kindly, you know? Of course, we are sort of playing also a Sultak deck that's very controlling, so I guess I can't say too much. Alright. What do they do from here? They have 4 mana. Yorion attacks. They still have mana for Hagra to take out 3/3. Instant speed. They can also exile something from our graveyard with... No, I don't need a Cultivate. Why do I always find these goddamn Cultivates? I've seen 3. Ugh. Alright. Well, that's Pelakka. Probably go ahead and use the Hagra. They do. If their other card is less than 3 CMC, it just makes good sense. Am I reading this wrong? Okay. Whatever. Wait a minute. God dang it, Chance. You freaking genius. Not really genius, but I could have just destroyed their Ashiok with my freaking Bloodchief. I saw the highlight at the end and I was like, wait a minute, Yorion or a freaking Ashiok? And I could have bounced the Yorion to get rid of it for sure. Oh, such a headache. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to have a lot of comments about that. This sorcery game is going to be full of, Chance, you idiot. I'm sorry. Y'all please forgive me. So, our Ashiok actually lives through this, funnily enough. Funny as it may seem. Yeah, Ashiok, you stay living. What else do we get? Oh, that's their graveyard. No, that's exile. How do we get so many cards face up exiled for them? What happened? Oh, we just... That's right. Oh, man, Ashiok, if you could go off now, that'd be so great, man. Maddening. We don't need that. Alright. What do they have to cast of ours? They got a whole lot to cast. Honestly, I'm not happy about it. Alright, so... Kick. Make them discard a whole lot, right? Mostly because why not? This is my theory there. Alright, all of our lands should pretty much be out of our deck, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, and then what do we have in here? 12, 13. We have 23 total. So that means we only have 10 land cards, just land, left in these 34. Ashiok does get taken out this turn, which is super unfortunate for us. I highly doubt they -7 on Ashiok, right? I don't think we have. Yeah. Oh no, they definitely should have. Wait a minute. You fool. Because we have the Mythos in our exile, so they should have -7 on their Ashiok, and then they could have cast the Mythos for free, copied my Ashiok, and got their Ashiok right back, right? Plus copied whatever else, or done whatever else. So, a little bit of a mistake on their part, honestly, there, but I guess they wanted their Ashiok to live, and they feel comfortable in the position that they're in. Which makes sense, they're in a pretty good position. Crawling Barrens, oh, you know, that's a card that we might should think about adding into our deck, just because we have so few strong pieces. Give me a Yugen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, we wouldn't even have enough for a Yugen. Oh, they're gonna negate it. It doesn't. Whatever. Doesn't even matter. What do we hit here? Lullmages. Lol. I think that's a GG. Francisco, you're a monster.